probably through their representatives, the Levites and the priests.
Right.
But then the king responds, and listen to the prayer Israel prays for their leaders. They knew that the blessing upon their leader would come upon them. I want to say that again. The blessings upon your leader will come upon you. That's why it's blessed to have a tangible leader like Chief Apostle that you can see the hand of God is upon. When the blessings upon your leader will flow upon you. They prayed with their leaders. They prayed for their leaders. They didn't pray on their leaders. They prayed for their leaders. And I want to just chop this up real quickly, show you just these quick little 3 points. Number one, the first thing they prayed in verse number 1 was they prayed for protection. They prayed for protection. When war looms on the horizon, people tend to become more religious. Even though they may have a double standard for themselves, they expect their leaders to be devout. Isn't it amazing of what our followers expect of us? We got to always be up. We got to always be spiritual. We got to always be understanding.
Always.
They acknowledge, listen, what I love about this song is that they acknowledge that their leaders were human and that their leaders were not perfect. Where you get that from, Bishop? It's right there in the text, because look who they called on in verse number 1. The Bible says, the Lord hear thee in the day of trouble, the name of the God of Jacob. That's not by accident. The name of the God of Jacob. So they are praying for their leaders' protection. They understand their leaders were not human. I mean, they understand their leaders were human and not perfect, because they prayed the God of Jacob. The God of Jacob is the God of compassion. That's the God of care. Y'all know there's nothing deserving about Jacob. He was a scheming, crooked-on, twisted, crafty cattleman, not a bit above lying and cheating. Yet God met Jacob. God mastered Jacob. God molded Jacob. God magnified Jacob. And then God multiplied Jacob. The God, the God of Jacob is the God who loves us in spite of our faults and failings. That's how we've got to pray concerning our leaders. We got to pray for their protection. They say defend. That means protect from the enemy. We've got to constantly and make it a part of praying for our leaders. Number 1, verse 1 tells us we'll always pray for their protection.